Welcome everyone, I'm ESL teacher Lisa. Today's video is about small talk. People who are excellent at small talk always use these 10 phrases at some point in their conversation. What are those 10 phrases? First of all, you have to know small talk is very important, especially in the American culture. What is small talk? Small talk is when you start a conversation or somewhere in the beginning of the conversation, you talk about things that aren't very important, but it keeps the conversation going. It helps you to seem friendly and interested in the other person. You are expected to do it sometimes before a business meeting, meeting someone for the very first time. So learn to be great at small talk. So what are those phrases? What can help you if you're terrible at small talk? Some cultures do not engage in small talk. You get right to the point. Not so in the American culture. Here's the first one. How's your day going? And you can say that to somebody that you met for the first time. So it's an icebreaker. It's a way of making the other person feel comfortable. You show that you have some kind of interest. So it's really a classic conversation starter. How's your day going? It's open-ended, non-intrusive. The next one. I love your, so then you can compliment someone. It can be a very powerful tool in language. Try to be sincere. I love your shoes. Where did you get them? The other person feels good about themselves and they're also more open to conversation. But again, try to be genuine about it, not fake or phony. Number 3, have you been to? So talking about travel or other countries is a great way to connect to people. So this can really help start and continue conversation. You can talk about your favorite city, your hometown, where you're from. For example, have you been to New York? So I grew up in New York, so that's something that I like to ask students when I meet them for the first time, because that can help us connect. If they've been to New York, right away we have something to talk about. I can say, where did you go? What did you see? What did you eat? So have you been to? So you're making a geographical connection. The next one, what do you think about? So you're asking someone's opinion. So it's a great way to engage them in conversation. Also, you are showing that you value their opinion, you value their thoughts, and you are open to hearing different perspectives. The next one, number 5, I heard that you. Again, it's showing interest, and you're going to be referring to something that you know about the person. So I heard that you are having a baby. Is this your first baby? When is the baby due? So you heard something about them and you're just either confirming, but you're showing interest though. So you're saying you heard it. Is it true? I'm interested in knowing more. Okay. Number 6, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. So you're showing empathy. And again, you're making a genuine connection. So I'm so glad to hear that your child won a math award. Something like that. I'm so glad to hear that you got that promotion. That's really great. So again, you're encouraging them to share more. It's a way, again, to push the conversation forward. Number 7, I'm not great at. Sometimes we don't like to admit mistakes, but admitting our mistakes, it can make us feel uncomfortable, but it makes us relatable. It makes people connect to us and break down barriers. So maybe you're asking for help. You can say, I'm not great at this computer program. I'm still new. Can you help me? I'm not great at talking to the boss. Do you think maybe you can pitch this idea instead of me? So again, you're showing you're uncomfortable about a certain point, but it also makes you relatable. Right? I'm not great at cooking. Oh yeah, me too. I'm not great at cooking. So that confession sometimes could even lead to laughter or them telling you a story about when they weren't good at something. Number 8, I'd rather be. It might seem odd to express a preference or weird for being somewhere else. I'd rather be, meaning like location. So I'd rather be on a beach somewhere right now. If you said that at a boring meeting, wouldn't that make you more relatable? Maybe you'd laugh with your coworker. I'd rather be on a beach right now than listening to the boss go on about the budget. Something like that. I'd rather be hiking in the mountains. And you could use that during very casual conversation. Again, the idea is that you're just trying to make the other person feel comfortable, connect with them. Number 9, what's your story? What's your story? It might seem like a heavy question for small talk, but what's your story is an open invitation for the other person to share something about themselves. I use this a lot with students that I meet for the first time, although I don't use it exactly like this, what's your story? I sometimes say, what keeps you busy during the day? Are you working? Do you have kids? Are you looking for a job? Are you at school? If you're a student, maybe you're a university student. So I might say, what keeps you busy? It's really the same thing. Like, what's your story? What are you all about? Share something about your personal life, or about what you're doing right now. And that can really, again, help them to open up and that you're interested in them. Again, you have to really be genuine about these questions or starting the sentences with these statements that I'm giving you, and you have to listen intently. I'm telling you, I've used all of them, and anyone that is really good at conversation knows to use these phrases. So try to use some of these phrases if you have trouble starting conversations like small talk. These really can be great icebreakers and get to connect with people much easier. Number 10, it was great talking to you. So if you've really enjoyed a conversation, say it. Tell them. Tell them. It was great talking to you about travel. It was great talking to you about your family. It was great talking to you about whatever it is. It lets them know that you want to continue that interaction in the future. Maybe you want to build a relationship. It could be a business relationship. It can be a personal relationship, maybe friendship, romantic relationship you want to continue to build. So let them know from the beginning, it was great talking to you. Even with a stranger in a coffee shop that you are not going to ever see again, you can do that to show that you want to be polite and that let them know you enjoyed the conversation. You might not ever see them again, but it's a great way to end the conversation. So this could be a way of ending the conversation if you really have to go. You're running out of time. It was great talking to you, but I have to go. Take care. So hopefully you'll get to use one of these 10 expressions. So if you've had some experience using them, let us know in the chat as always if you have any questions. And I will put any resources that I recommend always in the description. See you in the next video.